up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Talk of the Rig Show. I'm just gonna give you a little heads up now. Last week, I am so sorry for ditching you guys. I had so many computer problems that if I'm coming in and out still, I'm so sorry. It's probably the internet, it's probably the laptop. I don't know, but I promise I'll be getting it fixed soon. But I also, before we get into the episode, I do want to say thank you so much for, I was about to say 1,000, that's pushing it. Thank you for 100 subscribers, because it means the world. I've been working for this since freaking October. Hasn't been that long. It's almost been a year, and I hit 100 already. Not trying to brag, but obviously, if you don't know who I am, then that means you are not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, you're going to be missing so many great episodes. So hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just takes 5 seconds. Just hit it. Go ahead. But obviously, we're going to hop right into this episode because I know I ditched you guys last week. So let's give a warm welcome to Eris.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's okay. I'm good. So we hop right in with who or what got you into wrestling?
I'm so sorry I did not hear that part.
We'll try again. Who or what got you into wrestling?
What got me into wrestling? So I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid, and I was watching WWF. So I was watching the Hardys, Eddie Guerrero, Lita, Trish Stratus, and Lita was the one that really grabbed my attention. Because she was the one that wasn't dressing like the girly girl in pink and stuff like that. And it just really grabbed my attention. And then when I was 18, I started going to independent shows. And I actually started out as a photographer. So I was learning the behind the scenes, and I was getting to meet all the wrestlers. And then at some point I met Lawrence. I met my husband at a show, and he was going with a previous gimmick at the time, completely different name. And I met him, and we became friends. And then once we started dating, I went to his training sessions at his wrestling school. And one day I was like, can I try? And we stayed about 2 hours after, and next thing you knew, he was teaching me how to bump, teaching me how to roll, the basics, everything. And then next thing you know, I signed up for wrestling school.
That's amazing. I mean, me personally, that's good that you started as a photographer. Me, I would have just start as a manager, and I keep saying I don't want to be a wrestler, but I have a feeling if I'm involved, I'll be like, okay, we're just gonna do the wrestling thing. We just gonna go right for it.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing, and not a lot of people understand this. With managing and wrestling are completely, they're similar, but they're different at the same time because they're helping tell the story, but they don't really have to, obviously there's some managers that bump and stuff like that, but there are some that are just strictly ringside. And I also did that as well. I managed for a little bit. I still manage, but when I first started, I was doing managing, and I was still doing photography and paying my dues, and it's a lot. And I feel like once you learn the behind-the-scenes stuff, like putting a ring together and learning about the points of a match and what's important, and you just learn everything, and you can still learn more. I learn more new stuff every single time I'm at a show, and it's a continuing lesson, if that makes sense.
Most definitely. I like yelling at people, so that's why I think managing, I could just stay on the ring and be like, come on guys, move it. We ain't here to take naps. Get your ass up, get going. And I do that now at wrestling shows.
It's a great excuse to yell at people. It's a great excuse. Because, I've done shows where I've had such a bad day prior, whether it be work or something happened, and I'll just be like, you know what, I'm just going to take this out of the ring. And if I find that random person that's just pissing me off even more, I just take it out on them.
Exactly. So you don't got to take it out on your friends or family. You just take it out on them.
Exactly.
with that being said, like, who trained you or trains you?
So I was trained obviously by Eris Spirall. I was also trained by Joe Acasio, who was just recently on AEW. And I got to do some work with Matt Stryker. I was also training with Brian Idol. Those are the main ones. But I've done, like, workshops. I've done tryouts, and I learned a lot. Like, the most recent person that I learned from was Caveman. He wrestles out in the Bronx. He was before the injury happened. He was just helping me learn how to go off the top rope. And I've also gotten advice from Tony Emerald. This past weekend, I just got wrestling advice from Rikishi, which was really cool. And that's the one bit of advice that I would give to anybody who's in the business. If you're about to meet someone who is in like the Hall of Fame, the WWF, WWE, AEW, pick their brain. Ask for advice. And you get different advice every single time, but it's helpful advice.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I say it all the time. I'd probably catch myself being too much of a fan if I met someone famous like that. I'd be like, oh my God, can I get a picture? And forget like I'm a wrestler or anything at that point.
So what's funny is when I met Rikishi the other day, I didn't even want a picture with him because obviously I didn't have the money. I would have if I had the money. But then this person does not want to go. So all I wanted to do was say hi, and he actually shared a video of me on his Instagram. I took one of his moves from another female wrestler, Adriana Mosley, and he shared it on his Instagram, and I was like, that was actually me taking the move. And he freaked out about it, and he thought it was great. And I was like, I just wanted to ask what bit of advice would you give? And he gave me the advice. And I was like, I really appreciate it. I think you're awesome. He goes, let's take a picture. I was like, oh, I don't have the money for that. And he goes, don't worry about it. Like, the fact that he wanted to take a picture with me was just awesome. And it made me feel good. Plus the fact what I love is I'm seeing so many people that I've worked with on shows and still friends with being successful in AEW and WWE. Like, I saw Chris Statlander at the same event, and she remembered me. Like, obviously we see each other on Facebook, but I hadn't seen her in person in a bit because I used to do shows on Long Island with her, and we were talking for a good hour, and she's like, here, put it on your wall, because she knows I like collecting memorabilia, like photos and stuff like that of my friends. And she's like, here you go, gives me the photo from when she won the TBS belt, which was really cool. And that's the one thing is you meet people who can literally change your life, whether it be by friendship, whether it be by opportunity, but in like a good way, not like taking advantage of the person. But you meet so many amazing people in this business, and they give you advice. They're sometimes there for you when you need somebody. Or even like, hey, you want to have a match and have fun? I'll be like, let's go.
No, I definitely get that. I say all the time, it's kind of like a family reunion because you don't get to see like these wrestlers or these people like every day. But like once you get closer to them and you get to know them and then you see them like one time at like the show for a month, you'll be like, oh my God, how have you been? I missed you. And like just catch up in.
Yeah, like that was me with Sue Young. I met her one time when was it? It was like 2018. I met her and it was in the venue bathroom, and she was doing her makeup, and I offered to help her with her makeup because I work as a haunt actor during the Halloween season, so I know a little bit about the makeup. And I taught her how to make it look like the writing on her leg is like carved, and she did it ever since. And then we kept an online friendship, for like 5 years, and then she posted that she was going to be at a convention an hour from me, and she was like, come on down, I want to introduce you to this promoter anyway. So we go down, and I'm hanging out with her. I was hanging out with Rich Swan. She introduced me to this amazing, amazing person named Marcello, which shout out to Marcello at Capital Championship Wrestling. So Capital is a all-women's company, and I'm now, right now, until I'm better, I'm working behind the scenes, helping out at events, working with the talent, working with the storylines, everything like that. And Sue is absolutely one of my favorite people, and I'm hoping she's one of the first matches I have when I come back.
That's amazing. I mean, I've seen so many, like, in Pennsylvania, because that's where I'm home based, we don't have, like, a lot of, like, female talent. And even if we do, it's, like, the New York, New Jersey area. So it's, like, cool to see, like, the all-women's one, like, with Cosmic, you, Christina Marie, like, so all of these, like, female wrestlers, because we don't have a lot of them. So it's cool to see that.
Oh, yeah, like, Sue, yeah, she's the undead bride, and she's freaking psychotic. She is.
I think we lost her, guys. That's what happens every time we have an episode. Something happens. I don't think it's on me. Sorry. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I hit a dead zone.
It's okay. I was like, it's not me this time. It's not me.
I hit a dead zone. I'm so sorry. But yeah, like, it's crazy because obviously there's some people who will literally be the gimmick 24/7, and it kind of just like, I don't know, that kind of leaves like a bad taste. But then you have those people who are absolutely genuine, and like you're so excited to see them, and they act as if you haven't seen each other in years. You literally, it's like, oh my God, I just saw you yesterday. How you doing? You know?
No, most definitely. Like with me, my family is tiny. It's literally just like me, my mom, my grandma, and my brother and my stepdad. So like this is like a whole wrestling family. Like, oh my God. So like if I ever get in a relationship and they break my heart, I'll be like, oh my God, he broke my heart, and I'll just have a whole lot of wrestlers be like, listen here.
Yeah.
That girl, she's a good girl, and you just
Yeah, like when I got the surgery, Sue was one of the first people that texted Lawrence to check up on me, even though I was completely out of it. But it's you meet so many amazing people. I mean, I met my husband in wrestling, you know, and from then on, it's just been a roller coaster of, obviously, like a roller coaster, ups and downs, but it's been life changing.
Yeah, definitely. So you said like you got like so many training advice. You trained with your husband, obviously, but like how long would you say you trained for before you got like a real match in front of a crowd?
So I started training 2014. Yeah, 2014, and this was my choice. I didn't have my first match. They wanted me to have my first match like 6 months in, and I have really bad anxiety, as obviously people know, and I personally felt I was not ready. So I didn't have my first match until 2015.
That's not bad though. Like it's still a year. It's not like 3 years later.
Yeah, like, I mean, what sucks is right, like, not directly after my first match, a few months after my debut, I got into a bad car accident, and it put me out on injury for a bit, and I was back to normal by 2017, and, like, the beginning of 2017, I had just gotten medically cleared, ready to go, boom, another accident, and I was like, okay, at least I know what I'm prepared for. I know what I got to do, A, B, and C. Thankfully, that recovery time wasn't as long, and I was back by the summer, by like the summer of 2017.
So, like, you've had injuries, but not, like, wrestling-related injuries? Or have you had, like, wrestling ones as well?
I mean, besides the obvious. I've dealt with concussions. I've messed up my knees. Honestly, the collarbone was the first bone I ever broke in wrestling. Ever. And I'm that person that I'm so fucking pale, pardon my language, I'm so pale, I bruise so easily that every time I know I'm doing a clothesline, I know for a fact I'm getting a bruise.
And that's why I say I don't know if I want to do wrestling because I'm a big baby when it comes to pain. So if I like break something, if I even like get smacked the wrong way, I'll be like, oh my god, they just smacked me. Like not obviously like they meant it, but I'm such.
I laugh at the bruises that I get because I'm like, oh, there's another one. Because then I try to remember, it's like a game. I try and remember what part of the match or what match I had that weekend where the bruise came from.
And that's so funny. My dad, he's not like a wrestler or anything, but like he's my manager for the podcast. And like he just magically gets bruises on his legs. And people are like, did Harley hit you? Is she abusing you? I'm like, I do not abuse my dad. I don't know where they come from. So even as not a wrestler, he still gets bruises.
If you don't get at least one bruise in a match, you're doing something wrong.
I mean, even as a manager, you just gotta like smack them and then you get a bruise on your hand. There you go. It's still something.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of look at it at like if it was a great match, I kind of look at it more as like trophies or like memorabilia. I'd be like, oh yeah, that was from this match. It was so much fun.
Exactly. So you said like you got so much advice from all different wrestlers, but what advice can you give to like younger fans and audience if they wanted to become a wrestler or be involved somehow?
So the best advice that I would give, hold on, I'm parking. Okay. So the best advice that I would give, find a legitimate school. Like do your research. And talk to people who you know are in the wrestling business. Like you want the advice. You need to know if you're able to mentally and physically handle it, you know? Like there's drama, there's legitimate fighting, there's travel, there are days where like I'll have my work job, I'll have my shoot job, and then my days off I'll be at shows. And it's like a continuous cycle, you know? And that I would say is make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, find a good school. And the one advice that every single big name has given me is mouth shut, ears open. Ears and eyes open. You want to listen. But the other advice I would give personally, if you're not comfortable with something, whether it be a move, whether it's something you don't know how to take, that person be like, oh, yeah, I know how to take it just to impress somebody. Don't. Be honest. Like, be honest.
Exactly, yeah. It's
That's
better
the
to be
advice
honest than flop. Yeah. And it's kind of like there's this wrestler, his name's Keikoa, the Flying Warrior. He always says job's not finished. So that's kind of like what you said. Like, you got your day job throughout the week, and then when you're not
I'm
working,
so sorry
you're
you completely broke up on that one.
Oh, my. Said there's a wrestler. Yeah, well.
I'm going to say it might be me because I don't really have a lot of service over here, but I'm trying to connect to my Wi-Fi. But what was the question?
So there's a wrestler, his name's Keikoa, and like you said, that even when you're not working, you're still working, and it's like job's not finished. It's something like he says.
There it goes. Okay, what was it?
There's a wrestler, his name's Keikoa, and he goes and says job's not finished. So it's kind of like what you said, like even when you're done working, like your other job, you still got to work at the wrestling shows, but it's like a good work when you're there.
Yeah, because the one thing that I love about this business is you get to do things that you never expected in your life. Like, I wasn't expecting to make weapons for GCW in the carousel room. I wasn't expecting when I was when Lawrence was doing ring crew for his school that we would get to work with Evolve, where we got to meet Sue Young. We met Drew McIntyre when he was Drew Galloway. Austin Theory. I was taking selfies with Austin Theory before it was popular, by the way. Darby Allin, Priscilla Kelly, a.k.a. Gigi. You meet all these people, and you see where they are now, and all I think is I was like, wow, my friends are killing it. And I love seeing them succeed. Like, I just talked to Willow Nightingale the other day, and I remember I was on one of her first shows, and to see where she went from there to now is absolutely amazing. And getting the opportunities and just being at the right place, it's amazing because you're meeting people that you see on TV. You see people from the Hall of Fame. You see people that you're just like, wow, I wonder if they're actually like that in person, when they're not. Like, one of my favorite people hanging out with at Evolve was Drew Galloway, a.k.a. Drew McIntyre. This dude used to steal my snacks, and that's how we became friends. And every show that I would only do the New York and New Jersey shows, because at the time that's where I could travel. Every time he saw me, we would look for either a Taco Bell, a Bodega, or a 7-Eleven. And he would always take me to lunch. He would take me and Lawrence to lunch every time. And I was on injury at the time, so he was always checking up on me and stuff like that. But now that he went back to the WWE, as soon as I was there for his final indie show with Evolve before going back to WWE, and all I said to him was, I was like, I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait to see how far you're going to go. And he was awesome. He is one giant teddy bear. A lot of the big tough guys are teddy bears, and they are the nicest and sweetest people you will ever meet in your life. And it's just amazing seeing these people do what they love and absolutely killing it.
No, honestly, like you said, like the tall ones, then the scary ones. They be the ones, like, there's a wrestler, his name's Wrecking Ball Legursky or something like that. And, like, he's tall and he scares me, but, like, he is the sweetest person ever.
Oh, my God, yeah. One of my other favorite people who is, you look at him and you know that he's a teddy bear, is Keith Lee. Keith freaking Lee, bask in his freaking glory. The way that me and him became friends, it was so stupid. I was working at an Evolve show, and it was cold, and Lawrence got me a Eevee beanie, and it had, like, the ears and everything, and it was cold, so I wore it, and I go in, and we're setting up, I'm still wearing my beanie, and I hear, yo! And I turn, and all I see is Keith Lee like this, trying to be like, tough guy. He goes, what's that hat? I was like, Eevee. He reaches to his back pocket and he puts his on. He had the exact same beanie.
Oh my God!
He is such a nerd. It's not even funny. But he is absolutely awesome. And you see these people on the shows, but when you meet them behind the scenes and you're actually working with them and talking to them and stuff like that, hearing their life story, you see their routines before a match, it's amazing. Like, I got to meet Aleister Black when he was Tommy, and I was at one of his last indie shows, and I got to see his ritual before a match. He literally sets up an altar, and he's reading his Satanist book. He reads before matches, and he would set himself up in a quiet corner and would sit there for about maybe like 10, 15 minutes, and then he's ready to go. Like, you see stuff like that. You see people doing yoga. You see people listening to music. I see people play video games before matches. And everybody's got their own thing, and it's like, wow, you're seeing, like, the diversity. Like, what I do is, depending on the situation, I'm either listening to music going over my match. If I'm confident in my match, I'm literally just reading a book because it helps me be relaxed.
Oh yeah, and like that was a question I was gonna ask. Like, what do you do before you come out the curtain? But you already answered it, so we good on that one.
Oh yeah, I'm a book nerd. That's one thing people don't know about me. I'm a giant book nerd.
Oh, what's your favorite book?
Jeez. So there's a series. I'm a very big romance person. I love romance books. And there's a series, because I'm also a Disney nerd. It's called the Never After series. And what they do is, it's the princess or the main girl of the story and the villain that are like falling in love and stuff like that. And my favorite one out of those, it's called Hooked, which is Captain Hook and Wendy. And it's so good. And they actually have a new one coming out in August, and I'm so excited because it's one of my favorite Disney movies, and it's based off a Hunchback of Notre Dame. So it's going to be Esmeralda and Frollo, so I'm curious how that's going to go.
Okay. I'll have to do my research and get these books after, because I love Disney as well. What character, we're going on the Disney topic now, what character would you say, like, anyone from Disney is your favorite?
Are we talking villain, hero, princess?
Whatever. Your top, we'll do top 3 of any Disney character.
Maleficent. Enough said. Maleficent for villain. The genie for sidekick. Oh, geez. Aladdin for prince. And for princess, Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay. I mean, I absolutely love Stitch. Everything Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh my god, I love Stitch. My roommate / best friend loves Stitch. She actually has she has the tattoo of Stitch and oh my god, what is his name?
Angel?
From How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless.
Yes, she has a tattoo of Stitch and Toothless.
Oh my god, I know. I keep telling my mom I got one tattoo for my birthday. It says I'm enough, and like I want so many more. And my mom's like, no. See, like I want so many Disney ones.
So I have this one. My mom has the other side, and her Mickey Mouse head is purple for me. It's red for her. And then I know it's upside down. I have the Disney logo here with watercolor, and then I have Maleficent on my thigh, and then I have Toy Story up here. I think we're about to get a cameo here. No, Lawrence is about to come in the car. Hold on. Hold on, this is gonna be funny. I'm doing a podcast right now. If you want to say hi. You just have to hold the GPS.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
He's very tired.
Me too, man. Me too. Working is too much. So we're going to get back on the wrestling side. If you had to choose like WWE or like AEW, which one would you pick?
Impact, either Sue Young or Masha Slamovich. AEW, Willow. WWE,
Rhea.
Oh yeah, Rhea. Mommy!
I literally love her. She is the best. And Dominic Mysterio.
I swear she copied my makeup look. I swear to this day.
She was probably like, ooh, okay, I like that.
I love her so much. I even loved her before the Judgment Day stuff. But what's funny is I did a makeup look exactly like she did when she came to Judgment Day. And I'm looking at the makeup, I'm like, there's no way. I did that makeup at the
Let's start again, guys.
Or are you?
Or are you?
There you go.
Hey, listen, so I already stole my freaking music. I know, I'm just making the joke.
Feel like,
I'm
are you
using
sure? That's
Beyonce
amazing.
wrote it.
I know that, but she could have used any other Falling River song and she used on
Someone that really would fit her gimmick. Besides, like, friggin', like, maybe I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So on the injury side, like you said, you have you had many injuries. Was there ever a time that you were like, okay, this like makes me want to stop wrestling, or was it you're just like, I want to keep going and going?
I'm sorry, you broke up on that one.
So you said you had injuries, obviously. Do you think it's going to be like an age thing or an injury thing that causes you to call it quits?
I feel like such a jerk. I can't hear it.
Hold on.
Something wrong with it.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with the computer. We were trying to fix it.
Can you hear me? Good, maybe?
A little bit. You're still in and out. Try one more time.
Okay.
The question.
Do you think it's going to be an age thing or like a mindset thing that causes you to retire?
Should AJ Lee come back or just like something about
Oh wait, with AJ Lee? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I love AJ Lee so much. I was a very big AJ fan when she was there. I would love to see her come back. And I think it would be amazing if we got kind of like a step back into the past where if it was something between her and Saraya, I think that would be awesome.
For real. That would be the greatest match ever.
I was actually singing to Lawrence the other day, I want to learn how to do the Black Widow.
If my old self can do it, you can do it.
Exactly. So do you think it's going to be an age thing or like a mindset thing that causes you to like call it quits?
I mean, I feel like she's going to be more herself this go around. Because, I mean, obviously when she was crazy AJ, that's what she was known for. But I think she might go a different route. And I would love to see that. But obviously everybody knows the skip around. Everybody knows the whole spider thing with her. But I think she should try. Like, I feel like it's going to be something different. That's what I think.
Okay. And so I should have asked at the beginning, are you more of like a baby face or a heel?
Like you.
I know. See, I can't seem. I have a hard time being a baby face. But I honestly feel more comfortable and more in my element as a heel. But either way, I have fun. Cause like I'm a big people person, and my main thing is making sure everybody's drawn in, having a good time. But when I'm a heel, my main goal is to scare people. Like I literally accidentally make kids cry.
Oh, so that's like top tier scary then.
So when certain promotions let me do it, I do like this. On, but I all I do is scream, I twitch and stuff like that, and I just have more fun with that. But I could do the same thing as a face, but the problem is not a lot of people like the silent character. That's why I'm known for like my yelling and my screaming and stuff like that, because it grabs people's attention. So I would say I feel more myself as a heel. Even though I'm not a mean person, but I just have more fun.
Exactly. I think it's easier to be a heel because it's easy to piss people off. Being a baby face, it's like, oh, hi, you want a handshake? Here you go.
Oh yeah, just hugs and handshakes all around.
Yeah.
Like the first thing that comes to mind when I hear babyface is John Cena, and I'm like, I'm not no John Cena.
I don't like him. Everyone loves him, but I don't like him.
I think as a person, I applaud him for what he does, especially for Make-A-Wish and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But come on, do more than 5 moves.
6 now.
6 now.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So we kind of we talked about Rikishi and stuff. How do you feel about the bloodline and what's happening with them?
I'm so over it. But I'll say this, that super kick to Roman that they did, chef's kiss. I like the story because it involves family, but it's dragging. It is dragging on, and it's come on. Every episode, it's Roman Reigns' longtime thing, or it's the family fighting, or it's always the family. Okay, I get it. Wrestling brings family together, but why are you gonna do this for how long now has it been? It's been 3 years straight.
I mean, it was good to see Roman actually get pinned for the first time in 2.5, 3 years. So I was yeah.
When they pinned him, I was finally. And then all I was thinking is, okay, either that means they're going to do something big when he ends the reign, or something is going to happen. I'm still on the side of if The Rock is going to get involved at some point, or something that has to do with the family, where everyone has just had enough. But it's the matter of who.
Exactly. That's what my dad says all the time. Someone, a Hall of Famer, or just someone also involved in that has to come and, make a big plot twist and, do something to Roman, because I'm not a Roman fan. I love the Usos. I absolutely hate Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They not it.
I thought it should have been Cody.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm okay with Cody. He's kind of a little overrated.
I actually met Cody. We both did. And he was one of the nicest dudes, and he was so funny. And he was at Johnny Gargano's final indie show with Evolve, and he bought over how many was it? 100. He bought 100 and something pizzas from Domino's because he wanted to give the entire all the fans, all the workers, a pizza party for Johnny Gargano.
That's amazing.
He was just so nice, and he was so funny, and he deserves so much better. I think he's doing amazing.
Yeah, I like his character, but his matches always end the same way. So he deserves better, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely deserves better. But we'll see what happens.
Exactly. So do you have merch, and if so, where can people buy it?
I'm sorry, did you say so?
Do you have merch?
Oh, I do have merch. So I'm right now on Pro Wrestling Tees. You can find the link on my link tree. I have 2 designs right now, and I'm hopefully going to be able to get some more designs. We're also looking into stickers. I want to get beanies. We have a couple of ideas, but right now I have merch on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Okay. And quick question, have you two ever tag teamed together, or have you just been separate?
We tag teamed a lot. But we have more fun when we have singles matches against each other. That's when we have more fun.
And so you're all for mixed tag and mixed gender, intergender wrestling?
I was trained as a mixed wrestler, and that's how I'm gonna stay.
Good for you. How do you feel about like hardcore deathmatch style wrestling?
Yeah, I feel like I honestly, don't get me wrong, I love having matches with the girls, but I have a lot of fun with the guys. It's like, I had a lot of fun with Tarzan Duran. I had a lot of fun with him. I've gone against him twice, and he is so much fun. Obviously, I've dealt with him, Lawrence, and his main goal is just to break me. And he always does it at least once. But I have a lot of fun because it also shows, in my opinion, that the girls can hang out with the guys.
Exactly. So where can people find you on like Facebook, Instagram, etc.?
So Facebook, it's Eris, Eris, Spirall with 2 L's because Facebook wants to be annoying. And then I'm on Twitter and Instagram with Eris_Spirall with 1 L. I'm also on TikTok and Twitch for Spooky Wife 103119.
I love that. So we got through the problems. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was a little weird, but we made it. Thank you so much. And everyone, please go give her a follow.
I appreciate the invite, and maybe next time we'll have a better mic.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll probably get you two on together and just do it that way. But you have a great day.
You too.
Bye.